Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another video. If you happened to catch my 2-month lock update video, then I'm looking very similar. Basically, I'm giving you 2 videos for the price of 1. This is my time to make videos, so I'm trying to just get them all done at the same time. So I have the same makeup look. If you're interested, this is MAC's Uniformly Fabulous Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. I'm wearing Fenty foundation in the color 420, etc., etc. If you want to know the details, you can leave a comment and I will absolutely let you know what these products are in detail. Now, this video, as you could probably tell by the title already, is about menstrual cups, and I'm very new to the world of menstrual cups. I didn't even know what they were or that they even existed until a few months ago, just perusing Amazon. That's how I happened to find out, because this is gonna have a little bit of TMI. I have a very heavy flow during my period, and I was looking for some like industrial strength tampons, okay? Tampons that are going to absorb everything that you need them to absorb without worrying about leaking or, whatever, etc., etc. So in looking for that, I had some suggested products, or it said something like customers who buy this also buy this, and it has some recommended products, and I saw menstrual cup and I'm like, what is that? I'm very curious. So I started doing my research on menstrual cups, and I decided I wanted to give them a try because it just seemed like it made a whole lot of sense. It made financial sense. You could leave it in for up to 12 hours. I was like, that's awesome, because if any of you have a heavy flow, or even if your flow is not super heavy, it can be a hassle sometimes when you have to get away from what you're doing to change your tampon or to change your pad. It can be really annoying. So anyway, I have 2 cups here that I'm going to talk to you about, and no one needs more than one, honestly, but what happens is you have to try them to see what works with your body. So you may end up, in the process of looking for a menstrual cup, you may wind up with more than one, just because you're trying to figure out which one is going to be most comfortable for you and which one is going to suit your needs the best. So I have here the Athena Cup, which is in this little cotton bag that it came with, and they send you this bag. You basically keep your cup in here for sanitary reasons. When you're not using it, you wash it after you've used it, you let it air dry, and then you store it in here. It's a nice breathable fabric, which is good for your cup, and it keeps it nice and clean. And in this one, I have the Lena Cup, and the Lena Cup also came with this cute little bag, same reason. Now I got both of these from Amazon, and the Athena Cup I want to say I paid $15 for, and the Lena Cup I paid nothing for, and I'm going to get to that in a moment, the reason for that. So I'm going to start with the Lena Cup, actually. So the story behind the Lena Cup and why I got it for free, I wasn't sent it to review it or anything like that. But what happened was, in my search for menstrual cups, I came across the Lena. Oh my god, there is one called the Luna, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's the Lena Cup. I did come across the Lena Cup, and it was like $18.95 or something like that. Now, if you're familiar with the world of cups, you know that there are some that are kind of preeminent, like I'm sure you've heard of the Diva Cup, and that one's really expensive. And I was looking for something that was going to have great reviews and great feedback like the Diva Cup, but that was going to cost me less money, especially being that it was my first time working with a menstrual cup. So I saw this one, it was priced for something like $18.95, and I thought, okay, that's pretty reasonable. Let me give it a go. It was available with Amazon Prime, and I'm a Prime member, so I was like, yes, 2-day shipping, I'm gonna have it really quickly. What ended up happening was, when I was tracking it in my updates, in my orders, I should say, I got a message. I think my first message said something like it was processed, and then after it was processed, it said that it was shipped. I don't remember what exactly happened, but it said something like it was shipped elsewhere, or that they hadn't shipped it, or I don't know, something strange was going on. And so after a few days had passed, well beyond the Prime period, the Prime shipping period, I contacted Amazon, and they said, oh, it seems like something happened on the seller's part, and you know, we're going to issue you a credit if you'd like, or you know, you can get an Amazon credit, or you can get the credit back to your original form of payment. And I said, you know what, give me the Amazon credit, because I am actually going to just reorder it. So they gave me the Amazon credit. When I went to reorder it, it was no longer 18 something. It had gone up to like 24 something. And then I immediately got suspicious, and I was saying, okay, I probably ordered it right before they jacked up the price. And I was very upset about that. So when I left, it gave me the ability to leave a customer review, because in the system, for whatever reason, it was reflecting that it had been shipped to me. So I decided to leave a review. And of course it was a negative review, because I felt like they were trying to nickel and dime me, like they were trying to pull the wool over my eyes and basically not send me something on time so that I would have to reorder it and reorder it at the higher price. Now, in response to that, they sent me this for free. It was maybe a few weeks after I left that review, and I was expecting other packages from Amazon to come, and this little box came, and I was like, I'm not expecting anything that size to come for me, so I don't know what this is. I opened the box, and inside was just the nicest note from customer service. I believe it was handwritten as well. And they basically gave this to me for free. They said, like, we apologize for what happened. We really want you to experience it, to try it. And so we're sending this to you for free. And I thought that that was so sweet. That was really amazing. That was fantastic customer service. And you do not see that from a lot of companies these days. So I really appreciated that. Now, with that story out of the way, let's get into the cup. Most brands have a couple of sizes, literally 2 sizes. So there'll be a size for pre-childbirth, and if you're under 30 years old, and then they'll also have a size for post-childbirth, whether it was a natural, whether it was a vaginal delivery or C-section, and if you're over 30 years old. Now, let's say you're over 30 years old, but you've never had a child, they still recommend going with the post-childbirth size. So yeah, I got the larger size because I'm over 30, I have a child, and I have a heavy flow, so I wanted a cup that was going to have more capacity and the ability to hold more liquid. So it looks like this. It looks like a bell, basically. It has a stem, and it's made out of medical grade silicone. You can see it's pretty flexible. So that's the opening there. This is the stem here, which is ribbed, so it gives you nice ability to grip it, right? And then you also have some ribbing here at the base, which is also very helpful when it comes to grabbing it, because sometimes you do have to pinch it at the base. It has sort of this lip that comes out. It flares a little bit at the top, which you can see, and then it also has these 4 holes here. On the inside it says Lena. Now, my review of this cup. I was so happy to use this and try it, and I was really excited about it, and I really wanted to love it, because I said, what a fantastic company and such awesome customer service. I really wanted to love their cup and give their cup a good review, but honestly, just for my anatomy, it was not ideal. The way that it felt for me was, you know, when you go to the doctor, the GYN, and you're getting a pap smear, how they insert, I believe it's the speculum, and then they have to kind of crank it open a little bit, and they tell you you're going to feel a little bit of pressure. Well, when I put this cup in, I felt pressure similar to that, and I think it has to do with just like the wideness of the opening, or maybe the lip. I'm not quite sure what part of the engineering in this cup made it uncomfortable for me, but it is uncomfortable for me to wear. I tried inserting it so many different ways. I'm going to show you the 2 folds that I tried. This one I think they call the U fold or the C fold, if I'm not mistaken, which is like that. So you just fold it like that, and then you insert. And then the other one, I don't remember what they call that one either, but you just kind of, let me show you, kind of push that down like that, push it down, and then you, I think it's a tulip or something, I don't know, and then you insert it. The folds didn't make a difference for me. It felt uncomfortable when I wore it. I also experienced leakage, and I am so determined to get something right when I try it. So I did it as per the instructions. I inserted it horizontally. When that didn't work, I inserted it vertically, like diagonally, like I tried everything. I turned it around to ensure that it had fully opened. I made sure it wasn't hanging out, you know, by the entrance of my area. I maneuvered it in so many different ways that I was sure it wasn't me at that point. And when I would get it in and it felt okay, I'd experience leakage. So needless to say, this cup just did not work out for me, no matter how much I wanted it to, and I really wanted it to. I really worked with this cup, okay? So back to my Amazon story really quickly. When I got that credit and I went to get the Lena Cup and I saw that the price had gone up, I said, oh, no way, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna find a cup that falls within my price range. So I used the credit and I got the Athena Cup. And the Athena Cup was actually $4 less. I think it was $14.95 if I'm not mistaken. So I used my Amazon credit to get this one, and I also had a little bit of money left over, which was nice. So the Athena Cup, as you can see, is also shaped like a bell. Oh, let me compare them for you so you can see how the shapes compare to each other, shape and size wise. All right. So this is the Lena here, and this is the Athena here. This one is much softer. Like, you probably can't tell, but there's more resistance with this one when I push it down. And with this one, there's much less resistance. It's almost floppy. Also made of medical grade silicone. The stem on the Athena is much shorter and also skinnier. So these are how the stems are, side by side. But it also has grips here, so that it's easy for you to grab the stem, and ridges along the base, which make it easy to grab as well. One thing that I really like about the Athena is that it has measurements. I don't really find it necessary to measure the amount of liquid, but it's nice that it's there. So it has a 7.5 ml mark here, and right here it has a 15 ml mark. And on the inside of the cup, it says Athena Cup. It's hard to see, but it's here. And it also has holes on the top. I like this cup. Let me tell you, I ordered this with the Amazon credit, like I told you, and they sent the Lena to me a few weeks after I got the Athena. So the first time I tried using the Athena, I was like, no, these are not for me. I am leaking, it feels weird, blah, blah, blah. And I thought that was it for me as far as the menstrual cup situation went. It didn't, like it took me another cycle of trying this to realize that I could get it to work and I liked it. So the shape is much narrower. The body of this cup is much narrower compared to this one. And it sits much more comfortably inside of me than the other one does. I can wear this, and I have worn this, without feeling it. The only drawback, I think there is a learning curve when it comes to these cups, is that I did leak a little bit with this one. And it wasn't until literally like, let me see, my heavy days are my first and my second days. And the third is kind of a medium flow. And it wasn't until the third day of my second cycle that I kind of figured out what I was doing wrong. So I'd put this in, I would feel it open up, and I would still leak. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Why is it not working for me?